Can you imagine a story about a caveman, a cow, and a rocket ship? Well, I can imagine it. And what's more, I'll tell it to you now on Story to Order. Yes, it's wnyc presenting Story to Order. And I'm Lydia, the story cook. Each week I whip up a new and exciting story based on 3 words that you suggest. To enter my contest, all you have to do is list 3 subjects on a postcard and send the card to Lydia, station wnyc, New York 7, New York. I'll choose the very most unusual subjects for my tale. Maybe they'll be a story to order. And now for today's story about a caveman, a cow, and a rocket ship. Eddie Seliger of Tappan, New York, gave me this terrible assignment. First, I thought I ought to take off in a rocket ship, for I was sure I could never make up his story. But then, thank goodness, I had an idea. Here goes, Eddie, for the story you ordered. Some cow music, please, Tina. This is the story of Millie the Curious Calf, and of a perfectly simple question she asked, and where that question led. It really wasn't Millie's fault at all. How was she to know? All she said was this.
Mother, said Millie the Curious Calf, are we related to the giraffe?
No, my child, said Mother Cow, and please don't interrupt me now. Your mother has so much to do she can't be always helping you. You find the answers elsewhere, dear, for I am busy chewing here.
But, Ma, said Millie, what if we had had a glorious history? We ought to know important things, like if our ancestors were kings.
I doubt it, dear, said Millie's mom. I think we came from some old farm, and no one on our family tree was ever blessed by royalty.
My teacher says we've cousins yet, out somewhere deep in far Tibet. The family is called the Yak.
I didn't know. I've quite lost track.
And Mother, India has Bantin, another group of kiss and kin. And here's a great one. Did you know that we're related to the buffalo?
It goes to show, my darling calf, that I'm not wise enough by half. Oh, Millie, you put me to shame. I hardly even know my name.
My teacher sang a little tune about a cow that reached the moon. Surely that is mighty fine. Are we descended from that line?
I told you, Millie, I'm at sea. The answer cannot come from me. I'll tell you what. I'll take a look. Perhaps we're listed in some book. I'm sure the library is full of facts about both cow and bull. Now you be good and quiet play. No mischief while I'm gone away.
Please, Mummy, let me come with you. If I'm alone, I'll get too blue. I want to see the world outside. Can't I come too just for the ride?
No, child, no, it's much too far. Remember that I have no car. I have to walk, and cows are slow. Now you stay here, and I will go. The cow knew what she was about. She pushed the fence down and stepped out. Goodbye, my dear, goodbye again. And lie down, dear, if it should rain. The road was clear, the day was bright, and looking neither left nor right, our friend the cow went down the street, and not a person did she meet. Until at once, with screeching brake, a car drew up in Mama's wake. Honk, honk! Honk, honk, the horn behind her said. Will you let me go ahead? Mother Cow was not disturbed, and her gait would not be curbed. In the center she went on, sure that she could do no wrong. Honk, 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 honk! A steady stream of angry cars and horns that scream. But looking back, the placid cow thought, what a lovely escort now. I must be of the upper class, since not a car has dared to pass. She couldn't wait to reach the town and learn about her great renown. At last she reached the central square and saw the library was there. Goodbye, she tossed her horned head, and saw the autos as they fled. I wonder why they didn't stay to cheer me on my merry way. Oh, well, At last I've reached the place where I can read about my race." She pushed the building's door apart and entered in with happy heart. "Oh, my goodness, holy cow! What do I see before me now? Holy cow!" the lady cried, sitting at a desk inside. "Holy cow!" she once more cried, and if she could, she would have died. "Holy cow," thought Milly's mom. "Where did she get that one from? It goes to show you live and learn. I'm greeted now at every turn. I must be quite a noble cow, and I wonder why she doesn't bow. Oh dear, she's gone. The hall is bare. She was, and now she isn't there." The lady of the library had fled her desk quite speedily, and down the street she ran full force, screaming till her voice was hoarse. "Help, help! Police, come quick! And bring a rope, and bring a stick! A monster's in the library! It is a frightful sight to see! It flew in from the sky and looked at me with horrid eye!" The lady screamed so long and loud that she was followed by a crowd. The local sergeant of police, he wondered what disturbed the peace. But when he heard her tale of woe, his face a dreadful fear did show. "I wonder if I'll have to face a creature down from outer space. Do you suppose it made the trip inside some giant rocket ship? Oh dear, my knees do shake. I must be careful, no mistake. Should I inform the FBI, or go perhaps myself to spy? I think a posse would be best, with guns and clubs and all the rest." The local sergeant asked for men to brave the creature in his den. "I know I'm asking quite a lot of you, but then it's not a question, are we brave? But we must say, oh, can we save the earth, our town, the USA, which may be all destroyed today?" The people rallied by the score and marched alongside of the law. On, and 1, 2, 3, heading toward the library. But let us pause one moment now to visit with our friend, the cow. As you recall, she stood perplexed, surrounded by big stacks of text. "I wish that lady hadn't gone. I do hate to be so alone. If only I could read, I'd see what books were most concerned with me. There must be pictures on some shelf where I can recognize myself." And so she pushed and shoved some more until the books dropped on the floor. She turned the pages with her nose, but had to open many rows of books before she found at last a cow that came from days long past, a painting of a graceful beast, a noble beast to say the least. "This must come from my family tree, because it does resemble me." But as our friend the cow was struck with what she thought was great good luck, the windows of the room were raised, and many people at her gazed. They were amazed. They gasped, they laughed, they were choked with laughter. "Ho, ho!" they cried. "Ha, ha, ho, ho! It's Farmer Coulter's cow, you know. It is a cow, the friend of man, who gives us milk as all cows can. But this one is a different kind, for this cow has a bookish mind. Salute the cow who likes to read, a literary cow indeed." The throngs came pouring in the door, and soon the crowds were joined by more. They laughed so hard they had a fit. They laughed so hard their sides were split. The lady who had had a scare picked up the books that lay right there, when suddenly the cow went moo and scared the waiting crowd anew. She pointed with her nearest horn to where the ancestor was drawn. "I think," said Sergeant Hallowell, "that cow has something more to tell. She must have come to see that book. I wonder why. Let's take a look." He read the heading on the page, painted in the old Stone Age by cavemen with immense know-how, a bison ancestor of the cow. "You realize this clever cow has learned to spell and read somehow? This is indeed a special thrill to find a cow with so much skill." They were amazed, and all agreed the cow must be some special breed, of noble blood and royal birth, the rarest creature on this earth. For men can read, but until now there never was a well-read cow. And that's how Milly's ma became the cow who won the greatest fame. Because her calf asked questions, she went on a wondrous crazy spree. And now she's back at home at last and dreams about her golden past.